everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into a blog post from Qianmeng.org. For those of you out there working with Elixir, this one's going to be particularly interesting, or even if you just, love peeking behind the curtain and seeing how programmers solve problems.
Right.
This is all about what happens when a software package that you rely on suddenly becomes unmaintained.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine you're happily building out your project and then, boom, the rug is pulled out from under you. So what do you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
Well, our friend Ang, the author of this blog, he ran into this exact situation and documented his journey to a surprisingly simple solution.
What's fascinating about this is that Ang's experience really highlights a common pitfall in software development.
Yeah.
It's that tendency to just jump to new tools and libraries without fully exploring what we already have.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. For those who haven't heard of it, what exactly is Qianmeng.org?
So Qianmeng.org is the blog of Ang, and he describes himself as an old software plumber. He's got a wealth of experience, especially with Elixir and Erlang programming. And he's been sharing his insights on this blog for quite a while now, covering a surprising range of topics from technical deep dives to gardening and even dieting.
Yeah, it's amazing to see that kind of breadth of interests. It really speaks to a curious mind.
It does.
But in this particular post, he focuses on a very specific challenge. He needed to replace the Elixir.UUID package in one of his Elixir projects because it's no longer being maintained.
Right.
So what happened next?
Well, Ang initially went down the path that many developers would take, searching for alternative packages. He found a couple that looked promising, unique, and Unicompact. And he was ready to integrate one of those. But then a colleague pointed out something interesting.
Oh.
If he was only dealing with UUID v4, there was already a built-in function within the Ecto library that could do the job perfectly. Ecto.UUID.generate.
Wait, so instead of adding another external dependency to his project, he found a solution that was already right there in the tools he was using.
Exactly.
That's awesome. But before we go any further, I think we need to take a step back and explain what UUIDs are, for those who might not be familiar.
Absolutely. You can think of UUIDs as unique digital fingerprints. They're used all the time in software development to give unique identifiers to things, like data records, users, transactions, you name it.
So you don't have to come up with some complex system to make sure everything has a unique ID. You just generate a UUID and you're good to go.
Exactly. And there are different versions of UUIDs.
Right.
But UUIDv4, the one that Ang was working with, is the most common one. It's essentially just a randomly generated string of characters.
Okay, so in this case, Ang managed to avoid bringing in another external dependency. What are some of the downsides to constantly adding new libraries to a project?
Well, for one, it increases the complexity of your project. Makes it harder to maintain and debug. Each new dependency is like adding another moving part that could potentially break.
Right? It's like building a house of cards. The more cards you add, the more unstable it becomes.
Yes.
Plus, each new dependency could have its own set of dependencies, which can lead to, this tangled web of interconnected libraries.
Exactly. And those dependencies might have security vulnerabilities or become unmaintained themselves, creating a ripple effect of problems throughout your project.
So Ang's discovery isn't just about, finding a convenient shortcut. It's about understanding the potential risks of dependencies and recognizing that sometimes the simplest solution is the best.
Precisely. And it speaks to the importance of taking a step back and really getting to know the tools and libraries you're already using. You never know what hidden capabilities they might have.
It's like that saying, when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Sometimes we get so focused on adding new tools that we forget to explore the full potential of the ones we already have.
And that's where Ang's experience becomes really valuable. He stumbled upon a solution that not only simplified his project, but also made it more robust by reducing dependencies.
It's like he found a hidden treasure right in his own backyard. And it all started because he was forced to confront this problem of an unmaintained dependency.
What's even more interesting is that this type of scenario happens all the time in the software development world. Popular packages fall out of maintenance, and the community needs to find ways to adapt.
So this deep dive isn't just about a specific case with UUIDs. It's about highlighting a broader pattern and sharing a valuable lesson that all developers can learn from.
Exactly, and it also raises the question, what other hidden gems might we be overlooking in the tools and libraries we use every day?
That's a great question. But before we go any further, I think it's worth exploring the community aspect of this a little more. I mean, Ang wouldn't have discovered this solution if it weren't for his colleague pointing it out.
Absolutely. The open source community plays a vital role in sharing knowledge and finding solutions to problems like this.
It's like having a vast network of collaborators who are constantly learning and sharing their discoveries. And that brings us to another fascinating aspect of Eng's blog.
His incredible range of topics. He's clearly someone who embraces lifelong learning, and that curiosity shines through in everything he writes.
I think we should spend some time exploring that side of qianmeng.org, the diversity of topics, and what it tells us about the mindset of a successful developer. But before we do, I want to hear your thoughts on this whole idea of hidden gems in software development. Have you ever encountered a situation where you discovered a simpler solution by digging deeper into the tools you were already using?
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? That's a perfect segue into discussing Eng's blog and the broader topic of continuous learning. Yeah, I've definitely had those aha moments where I realized I was overcomplicating things.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of new technologies and forget to fully explore the potential of what's already at our fingertips.
It's almost like we're conditioned to think that newer is always better, that there's always some shiny new tool that's going to solve all our problems. Exactly.
Yeah.
But sometimes the most elegant solution is the one that's been staring us in the face all along. And Eng's blog is a perfect example of that. It's not just about Elixir and Erlang. It's about his entire journey as a developer, his constant curiosity and willingness to explore different areas.
And that really resonates with me. I think one of the most valuable traits a developer can have is a thirst for knowledge, a willingness to step outside their comfort zone and learn new things.
Absolutely. The software development landscape is constantly evolving, and the only way to stay ahead of the curve is to embrace continuous learning.
And Eng's blog is like a treasure trove of knowledge, covering everything from gardening to photography to, of course, programming. What I find so inspiring is that he doesn't shy away from sharing his failures and mistakes along the way.
That's so important. We learn as much from our failures as we do from our successes. And being open about those experiences helps others avoid making the same mistakes.
And it makes him so much more relatable. He's not just some coding guru up in an ivory tower. He's a real person who's constantly experimenting, learning, and growing.
And that's what makes his blog so engaging. You get a sense of his personality, his humor, his passion for learning. It's not just about dry, technical content. It's about the human experience behind the code.
You mentioned earlier the diversity of topics covered on qianmeng.org. Let's dive into that a bit. What do you think it says about Eng's approach to software development, or even just his approach to life in general?
Well, to me, it speaks volumes about his curiosity and his willingness to embrace a multifaceted life. It's like he sees connections between seemingly disparate fields, recognizing that inspiration can come from anywhere.
That's a great point. He's not just siloed in the world of programming. He's drawing inspiration from gardening, from photography, from all these different areas of his life.
Exactly. And I think that's a valuable lesson for all of us. The more we expose ourselves to different ideas and perspectives, the more creative and innovative we become in our own work.
It's like cross-pollination for the mind. You never know what unexpected connections you might make or what neat insights you might gain by exploring different fields.
And you know what? I think that's one of the most exciting things about being a developer. There's always something new to learn, always a new challenge to tackle.
It's a field that demands continuous learning and adaptability. And I think Eng's blog is a testament to that. He's constantly pushing himself to explore new territories, both intellectually and creatively.
And he's not afraid to share his journey with the world, which is incredibly generous.
It's funny. We started this deep dive talking about a very specific technical problem, an unmaintained UUID package, but we've ended up exploring much broader themes.
Right.
The importance of simplicity, the power of community, the value of lifelong learning.
And I think that's a testament to the richness of Eng's blog. It's not just about code. It's about the human element of software development, the passion, the curiosity, the constant pursuit of knowledge.
Absolutely. And it's a reminder that sometimes the most valuable lessons come from the most unexpected places.
Speaking of unexpected places, I think it's time we circle back to the community aspect of this story.
Yeah, let's talk about the role of community in open source software development. I mean, Eng wouldn't have found this solution without the help of his colleague. What are your thoughts on the collaborative nature of open source?
It's amazing to think about, the collective knowledge and expertise that exists within the open source community. It's like this giant hive mind, constantly buzzing with new ideas and solutions.
And the beauty of it is that anyone can contribute. You don't need to be a seasoned expert to share your insights or ask questions.
That's so true. I think sometimes people are intimidated by the idea of open source. thinking it's only for elite programmers.
Right.
But in reality, it's all about collaboration and shared learning.
Absolutely. And you never know where the next breakthrough is going to come from. It could be a seasoned developer with years of experience, or it could be someone who's just starting out and brings a fresh perspective.
And that's what makes it so exciting. It's this constant evolution, this ongoing conversation between developers from all over the world. And it's not just about code. It's about documentation testing, bug reporting, community support, all these different aspects that contribute to the success of a project.
It's really a testament to the power's collaboration. And I think Eng's blog embodies that spirit. He's not just sharing his own insights, he's inviting others to join the conversation, to share their experiences, to contribute to the collective knowledge base.
And that's what makes his blog so valuable. It's not just a one-way street. It's a platform for dialogue and shared learning.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a challenge. What hidden gems might be lurking within the tools and libraries you use every day? What assumptions are you making that could be challenged? What simpler solutions might you be overlooking?
Take a page from Eng's book. Embrace curiosity, challenge the status quo, and never stop exploring.
And don't be afraid to share your discoveries with the world. You never know who you might inspire or what impact you might have.
Exactly. Remember, even the smallest discovery can have a ripple effect, leading to new insights and innovations.
Well said. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep sharing.